I'm live. Oh, I'm live. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room. Here we are again. I'm just going to check whether I'm sounding like a robot. Hang on. Good morning. Welcome to NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room. Here we are. All seems to be going well over there, so I shall click that off. I shall move back a bit from the microphone. I'm rather loud. Welcome. If you're there, Frederick, you're not alone. If you're online on the internet, and anybody who I've sent links to who has decided to watch, if you're joining now, in comments, Yuka-san, Shiomi-san, and Martina, then welcome. And sorry that you couldn't all be together to join. If you're there, Ellen, hello, Ellen. Make your presence known. Anybody else make their presence known so that we're not all in total isolation. It's a brilliantly sunny day out there today. A bit of a chill wind. I went out earlier to go into town, and very nice, but deserted really. Hardly any cars going past, so we're not going to be disturbed. The occasional train. And in town itself, obviously all the shops are closed. All services are closed, with only bakers and supermarkets being open, and then only allowing you in small numbers and so on. Don't appear to be many people with masks or anything over here. That may change. I think a huge load, several million were imported in, and they will be distributed. But it's all rather strange, really. Very quiet, and I would normally be quite happy that it was quiet. The last time that it was this quiet outside my house here was when they were constructing the road, and there was no traffic. But now it's a different reason, and not so pleasant. Yes, if you could, I would get out. Obviously, avoiding people. Hi, Tomo. You saw my message on Twitter. How's your headache? Have you finished your pancakes? Yes. So yes, I would. I mean, I may get out. No, you're not late. My scheduling was a bit wrong. So it was scheduled for 5 minutes after I normally should have started. So I started at the normal time because that's what I said I would. So I'm sorry about that, anybody. But yes, if you're all there stuck inside, hi Ellen. Are you stuck inside too? What's it like where you are? And also you, Tomo. I mean, have you been able to get outside? I mean, I noticed in Japan, what I'll do actually, because this is something I noticed. I mean, here in Europe, in Belgium, and in Holland, and certainly in Germany, and now in Britain, Britain's finally catching up. But I mean, if you look at, let's start this going. Where is playlist? Okay, there we are. This is my favorite spot in there, where my best friend lives in Tokyo, in Nihonbashi. This was Nihonbashi last week, so the middle of last week. Somebody went and wandered around and videoed it. As you can see, apart from the standard masks that the Japanese are wearing, not a lot of social distancing going on. Traffic and volumes of people seem to be quite fine. And my best friend there, so I was chatting with her on when I was making the advert actually, and she'd just been out, so going around bars in the evening, no problem. And here, all bars are closed. I love Nihonbashi, yes, mostly because my best friend lives there. But yes, it's strange. In England, they just, or in Britain, yesterday they closed all bars, cafes, and restaurants. They've been closed here for about a week. But they only just decided to do it yesterday in Britain. First, their first idea was, oh, well, let a certain number of people get infected, and they'll then get over it, and it'll be all good. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to go and change. I'm getting strange effects with with my green screen. Hang on, I'll go with that. There we are. Ooh, there we are. I'm out of my living room in the city. Yes, so they suddenly decided, oh no, that's probably not going to work. We'll get exponential infections. We better tell people to stay at home. So hopefully everybody here is at home. Although I did say earlier, you could go out. And when I went out to make the advert, I cycled to a nearby river, and there were people out and about. But when you're on a bicycle during the day, you're not likely to encounter that many people. You can't go this year at all. I mean, well, hopefully. I mean, I hope to get to Japan in November, so hopefully by then things will have settled down a little bit, and correspondingly, you should then be able to perhaps get to England. Obviously, it depends on what time you've organised and everything. But yes, I do hope it settles down. What I've been reading and online is that it's like 9 weeks. We've got 9 weeks of this, and then it'll start to sort of settle. So we're building up to the most intense period at the moment. Hi, Yuka. Right. I thought that's what I mentioned in the advert. Everybody in comments, Yuka here, Yuka-san is one of the actual members of the shamisen trio that was going to actually be on the show. But as you can read from her comment, each of them has had to sort of stay at home in their own place. Yes. It's probably the best. I mean, my sons usually come here, but they'll be coming here by bike. My eldest son usually goes and visits friends and stays in their house, but they've decided that's not a good idea. So they're going to go out on bikes and sort of just go cycle around in the countryside near where my son's friend lives. And then he's going to cycle here. So yes, if you go out on your own and stay away from crowded areas or areas that would potentially be crowded, you should probably be okay. Yeah, so we're all stuck inside. I've got my wine. I hope you've got something. Tomo's full. She's had her pancakes. I generally just have wine for lunch. I have a liquid lunch on Saturdays. That's what Holland is doing, using the same theory. Well, hopefully Holland will change its mind very quickly, because everybody just has to look at Italy, and that's what happens. And Japan, yes, Japan is rather odd. I mean, only now in like I was saying earlier, in the Kanto region, of this sort of, perhaps we should stop people moving about. Perhaps we should. And my friend in Nihonbashi just goes to bars and talks to people, and the bars are full and no problem. So, but she did say that normally she would have gone out for a treat with her mother, but her mother's paranoid about because my friend lives in Tokyo, and obviously there are slightly more infections in Tokyo than where her mother lives. She doesn't want to go out with her daughter. So your stomach's exploded. Lovely. Okay. Yes, I did. If you're still watching, Yuka, I was tempted actually to put up a video of one of your videos, but it might make my computer go all funny. So because I've experienced that. But anybody who wants to know what it might have sounded like if Mitsune had been on here, go to Mitsune's. Just type in Mitsune on YouTube, and you'll come to their channel, and you can see what you might have missed, and what you will see at some future date when they rejoin, when it's all safe to do so. But yes, I mean, my parents in England, my dad, I don't remember whether I mentioned last week. I think last week I said I was waiting to hear what was happening with my dad. My dad went into hospital from totally different reason. He had a heart pains, which was quite worrying, but it turned out to be not as serious as we thought. It was an infection of his heart. I think I mentioned that, but he's better now. But he was desperate to get out of the hospital because people were coming in who had been diagnosed with the virus, and they'd initially put my dad in an isolation ward because they discovered he'd got pneumonia. So they thought, oh, maybe he's got the virus, but he hadn't. But the people that they were bringing into that ward had. One of them was in there for a couple of days before they decided to move them, and that person died. So my dad was like, "Get me out, get me out," and he threatened to discharge himself, and that's when they found a doctor to actually sort of sign him out because he'd been tested and he was clear. So he's now home. But all my parents and all the sort of older people living on their street are now having to stay inside. Luckily, there are younger people on the street, neighbours that are friends with, and they're going to buy all the food for them. So no, it's a state of limbo at the moment. We're in self-imposed isolation. But luckily, I mean, if this had happened 20 years ago, it would have been, or more, slightly more than 20 years ago. You can imagine this would have been in real isolation. Telephone lines would have been jammed, perhaps. But now we can just shortbread and strawberry truffles. You've got one more stomach, okay? But now we're free to sort of communicate with anybody, anywhere, at any time. So we're not totally isolated. I mean, I'm doing this as a means to remain unisolated. I mean, I may have to start doing this more often in the coming weeks because I was at work on Friday, and I heard my boss talking to a customer. The customer was asking if there would be some stuff ready for Monday. Oh yeah, we can get that, but I'm not sure whether he's coming to work on Monday, and we're just having to wait to see whether what the government says over the next 48 hours, whether there's going to be a total lockdown. I had hoped on Friday actually that that they wouldn't have wanted me in, but I ended up sort of coming in and doing a lot of work in the yard. You're not allowed to visit people in Switzerland. Well, I'm all right. In 10 years since I got divorced, I've not visited anybody really. Tell a lie. There was a couple of years where I had some friends shortly after I got divorced. But so yeah, there is nobody for me to visit or to visit me. So this is not none of this is new to me. This is my welcome to my world. Excuse me. I'm going to have seconds. Don't bang the microphone, Simon. Don't spill on your pants. You've got beige pants on. You don't want to spill on your pants. Okay. Catch that drip. Oh, don't bang the microphone. It's a very sensitive microphone. I've got my duvet and my blanket and the carpet here just to reduce the sound. Oh, I was chatting with my friend in Nihonbashi saying that I'm still practicing for my voice recording things, and the sensitivity of the microphone and the difficulty of cutting out background noise. And she suggested that I contact a Facebook friends with a professional voice artist, and they've got a studio. Why don't I sort of see if I can do some recordings there? But this person has now gone back to Australia, and obviously you're not allowed to travel anymore. And sort of, she said on a Facebook post that the doors literally closed behind her in the airport when she arrived there. So, is red wine? Have I stocked up enough wine and pizzas? That's a good question. I've got one bottle that I grabbed on midweek, but the supermarkets are open, so and nobody seems to have hamstered all the pizzas yet. I may have not the choice tomorrow when I go in and check, but that's sometimes the case. Perhaps my choices are too popular, and spinach and ricotta and Hawaiian pizza. Sometimes they're not there, and I have to resort to something else. But no, I should be able to get that. And I don't see myself getting through this bottle of wine. I usually make it last for a few days. Is red wine? It's red wine is relatively healthy. Puts a bit of weight on you, more than white wine, but it's got a certain amount of antioxidants and whatnot. Whether that is countered then by the alcohol, I don't know. Don't really think about it that much. You can't get free takeaway pizzas. What? Cancelled free takeaway pizzas. Well, I'm sure they would. It's not economically viable. Where is Daniel Wasabi Cars? He just uploaded a video. He's probably in the bushes if he's not hearing comments. Yes, but the wine shelves in the supermarket were okay. I mean, I did notice that quite a few bottles had gone, but it wasn't as bad as the toilet rolls or whatnot. Yes, in my supermarket, yes, certain things are gone. Frozen veg and the chicken was down a lot, and and that sort of thing. But most of the shelves are still full. McDonald's has closed its drive-in. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know why they would close the drive-in. The drive-in you would thought would be sort of fairly safe. So have you had to stock up? I mean, the food shops and the food warehouses are open, and they're telling people, don't hamster stuff. There's no need to. Yes, pity the poor people who still have to work driving this stuff to the warehouses and to the and to the shops, and the people in the shops who have to sort of serve us all. Not to mention the medical staff. My sister's a paramedic. We should talk to her and find out how things are going there. Here we are. This person seems to be sort of wandering around always the same place in Nihonbashi. This is the National Bank on the left with these ionic pillars. I think is that Corredo? Yes, that's Corredo. It's sort of like a big shopping complex across the way there. I could recommend this area of Japan, or of Tokyo, rather. Yes, Corredo, because it's the oldest part, and just to prove that it's the oldest part of Tokyo, let's go here. There we are. Marked in red is Nihonbashi Bridge. This is a map from 1631, not long after the shogun developed the area. Where is it? I haven't got a pointer. I can't put my mouse there. Can you see this area here is Nihonbashi in 1631, but it's mostly the houses of wealthy merchants, but this is the first area developed. So it doesn't look particularly spectacular when you go to it. It's lots of high-rise office buildings, and that's why it's quiet, because it's office buildings and mostly everybody's in there working. And there are some nice areas tucked around with old shops and so on. And that's the Mitsukoshi department store, built in the very early 20th century. Those lions were actually imported from London. You're eating Belgian strawberry chocolate. I missed my chocolates this morning, obviously because all the shops are shut, and the coffee shop was also shut, where I usually go and get my my regular Saturday coffee and a little selection of Belgian chocolates. So I missed that. It's probably, slightly healthier. Yes, I mean the toilet roll section was ridiculous. I mean, all because of one internet rumor that toilet rolls were produced in China, and the factories had closed down, and you weren't going to get any. Ridiculous. Yes, she should have said sort of all your electronic products are produced in China. The factories are going to close down. They'd have made a fortune. You didn't know what, Tomo? That I ate chocolates every Saturday, Belgian chocolates, or that this was the oldest part of Tokyo? Yes, when you say Nihonbashi Bridge, and it looks like it's the motorway bridge, but that's from 1964. It's the bridge underneath the cars are on, which you can't really see from here unless they wander over to it. That street down to the left. Hang on, he pointed his camera out briefly. That's a street where the only ever foreign samurai lived, and the first ever Englishman to live in Japan in 1552 or something like that. The one that sort of they made a series of and a book about Shogun. Here we are. You can see the bridge now. It's rather spoiled by the motorway. And it's still Nihonbashi beyond the bridge, of course. But I'm more familiar with the part that it's just come from. That's because it's the area where my friend lives. If they're carrying, no. I mean, there doesn't appear to be any. There is, I think that when you see videos of things that are in short supply in Japan, it just appears to be the masks and hand sanitizer. I think Busan Kevin tweeted that there had been some figurines or something suddenly available in a shop that he went to with his kids. But there was also hand sanitizer newly available, and the kids were really excited that these figurines were available in the shop. And he and his wife were really excited that there was hand sanitizer available. We don't actually have that here. I think it's a good idea. I should maybe go and wash my hands after the show, touching my microphones. And yeah, we touch our smart screens. Don't ever let anybody else touch your smartphone. Now on the left, yes, we started. The video started again. We're going back across the bridge, past the Kirin, which are those like mythical figures with the wings. And just across the bridge here on the left is a little plaque that says this is the zero point where all roads lead from in Japan. I think it's there where that tree is. And that's the entrance to the department store there. Sort of very early 20th century design. Oh yes, he's going up to it. There's the plaque. So they're all wearing their masks. I mean, nobody here, hardly. I see people with scarves wrapped around their faces in the supermarket, and there were two women on Friday, and they were loading up they had gloves on, like plastic gloves, and they were holding their face masks like this, loading up their shopping trolley. Hang on, I'll move back from this. It gets a bit dizzying. Let's go back. Ooh. And it's naughty, naked, nude me without my background. Hang on. Well, no, there we go. Yes, I may venture onto Twitch. I was just watching before this show started. I was watching my friend Radri. He's doing one of his live streams, but he'd switched it over to Twitch TV. He was interviewing TKO Sam, but there's not that many people in the audience. I mean, obviously because he just started on there, so perhaps he's not picked up a lot of followers yet there. But I'm not quite sure whether I would go down well on Twitch. Belgian chocolates, yes. Although you have to be careful. Some Belgian chocolates are actually made in France and then imported. Oh, train going past. And from the look of it, there's practically nobody on it. They were trying to have a system where people be at a certain distance with each other. When I was thinking of going to visit you, Alan, if you're still watching, I was very tempted before everything just closed down completely to just fork out a bit of extra cash and go first class, just to be isolated. Swiss chocolate is better, says Frederick. There we are, Tomo. You should go and get some Lindt. Or is that German? Or is it Swiss? I can't remember. Yes, if it stays like this weekend, I may go out and make a video out in the countryside somewhere. Don't hold me to that. I mean, I have plenty of out in the countryside videos on my channel. I can kind of like make them with my eyes closed. So next week, I'm going to have to check, but the Japanese garden, theoretically, the Japanese garden here theoretically is opening, and I did a live stream there last year when they had their sort of special opening with all the sakura and so on. But whether they'll be doing that, it's most unlikely, probably, that they will be actually opening to the public. So Lindt is good, but also expensive. CH. Explain, Frederick, what CH means to some Helvetica. I can't remember what the C means. Helvetica. Helvetica is the old name for Sweden. Sweden. Sorry, Switzerland. Sweden. Too much wine. Switzerland. Yes, you would think it would be SW for Switzerland on car number plates, but it's CH. Although it's not a member of the European Union. What's the weather like there in Switzerland? I mean, here it's temperatures gradually creeping up. Confederatio Helvetica. Yes, that's right. There you are. You come onto this show and you learn some geography and history, Japanese history. It's a fairly eclectic show. This would have had some music as well. Let's see. I wonder if I can. Do I have any shamisen music? Let's have a look. If I go there and go into files and go into music, let's have a look. Shamisen, SHAM. No results. Itsune. No results. Iki. No results. Bongora. No results. Well, it's not looking promising. What have I got? No results. Oh, I don't actually have any shamisen music. Hang on. Videos. Let's have a look. Kiki. No, that's Kiki. Radri's Kiki. No. Sorry about this. I'll stop in a minute. Let's have a look. Me. Nope. I don't have anything queued. I was tempted to sort of play you some shamisen music, but I couldn't find it. 11 degrees centigrade. It's about that here as well in Belgium. You're learning Swedish, Tomo. That's very good. Can you type something in Swedish for us? Scandinavia is the place to be. Ah, 2 p.m. There's the next press conference about the whole situation in Switzerland. I've got to keep my ear to the ground, like I said before, whether I've got to go back into work on Monday, what the government says. But the whole lockdown thing seems to be the way to go. I mean, I don't really come into contact with that many people, just people at my work, who are my work colleagues, consisted of about 4 or 5 people. Although my boss was, coughing and sneezing and generally having a cold, so I'm getting a bit paranoid about that. And one of the builders that we work with, one of his workmates, is in quarantine. And then I had to go and help the builder, of course, clear up a house. So, but I feel fine at the moment. So hopefully I have not. Goedemorgen. Well, yes, it's Germanic. So, goedemorgen is Dutch. Goedemorgen is German. Good morning is English. And goedemorgen is Swedish. It's all very similar. There isn't actually a language that's similar to Japanese, I don't think. Japanese is its own thing. I wonder whether the people in Okinawa, the Ryukyuan civilization, whether they have their own language or had their own language before they were taken over in the 17th century by Japan. High body temperature. Do we have a relatively high body temperature? In comparison to Asian people? I don't know, actually. I've never investigated that. Goedemorgen. Swiss dialect. There we are. As I say, it's an eclectic show. Can I work at home? No, I can't. Unfortunately, my job. Well, one of my things I was doing on Friday was sort of the day before. A tile company that supplies us with lots of concrete terrace tiles had come to change all the displays that we have at my work, which was quite a lot. And so all the tiles that are no longer in production were all removed, and all sort of the concrete blocks that people use for their driveways and so on, and terraces, and that are all out of date, they were removed. And it was my job then to take them in a trailer to a local dump recycling place. So that sort of thing cannot be done from home. I mean, I came into contact with practically zero people doing that. It was just me and my boss loading the trailer with all these concrete blocks, and me driving to the dump and dumping it with no contact. The guy in the office who I told the weight of the stuff to, the window was closed, so and I just drove back to work. But yeah, I can't do that from home. Well, yeah, the shop is actually closed, the showroom, but trucks delivering stuff, trucks and builders and so on coming to pick up tiles can still come into the yard, and I can still put their orders together, or if the orders are already made up, I've already made them up, I can load the trucks and unload deliveries and so on, and do deliveries, which was what I was doing on Thursday. Delivered about 3 tons of tiles to various people over the course of the day. So I kind of come into contact with the customers, but obviously I don't sort of like go up to them, put my arm around them and say, all right. But there were no masks. So we were breathing air in each other's proximity, as it were. But for the most part, that was the only people I encountered. All right. Japanese body temperature is 36.5, but Westerners are 37.5. That's possibly because Westerners in the northern hemisphere, possibly the bodies have adapted to generate more heat because of it's colder. Yes, all museums, restaurants, cafes, anything to alleviate boredom, even the libraries, they're all closed. So you just have to make do with what books you have, or the internet. 37. If it goes above 37.5, then you've got a fever. Yes, if in the West, if you've got 37.5, obviously, then in Japan, then you were already in a fever stage. I shall Google that later and investigate. Didn't know that actually the body temperatures were different for the different body types. Oh, excuse me, I'll just adjust my seating position. Yes, it's such a nice day out there. I'm just looking out of the window at the factory across the railway line. Lovely view. Yes, clubs would not have made much of a difference to me. The last time I was in a club, God almighty, when was that? A nightclub, yes, in Nagoya, in 2018. There you are. I went to a nightclub in Nagoya to meet my actress friend. But that was basically the last time I've been in a club. So not really a problem for me. And restaurants, the last time I can't remember the last time I was in a restaurant either. I think with my parents in the restaurant of a hotel when they came to visit at Christmas, and we sort of met up with friends of theirs. But generally, I don't go to restaurants and I don't go to cafes, museums either, for that matter. Oh, well, so yes, this is sort of an average. A no sleeve one piece, and she's okay. That's Australia. Australia. Yeah. Tough as old boots. You wouldn't catch me wearing a no-sleeve one piece, that's for sure. Coming out of the sauna? No, that was just it's Australia in summer is a sauna. Yes, I wonder what's happened to Mashu and Rena from the Mashu and Rena channel. They seem to have sort of. I think Mashu had gone back to Australia, and Rena was hopefully going to go back and join him. Obviously, because they're married. But I've not been able to get in touch with her or him. They seem to have just completely disappeared, which is unfortunate. And unfortunately, I don't have that many videos or anything lined up for you because my I notice if I try to do that, everything grinds to a halt on my computer. And for those of us watching after the event, I'm sorry that it's just me again. But do come along to the next show. I'm not quite sure what will be happening next week. As I say, this garden that I was hoping to go to will probably not be open to the public. And I have guests. I have Frederick. You remember Bernie? Bernie will be the next guest on the show, and that'll be on the 4th of April, live from Singapore. I've yet to think of some questions for her, but she's looking forward to it. For those in the audience and watching after the event, Bernie was a regular on my old show, The Three Old Dudes, and she can sing quite well. But we shall not be singing. And then the week after that, I've got a gentleman called Andrew, who is the man from the Yokohama Theatre Group, one of the directors there, and he'll be joining me from Kawasaki. So hopefully, if nothing untoward happens in the next couple of weeks, that will prevent that. But I have to think of some questions for him, and we'll send those. And that'll be on the 11th. And on the 18th, my friend Ingrid, who was on the show a few weeks ago, she's currently in Japan. And shortly her family who are with her will return, but she stays there. She stays there for several months. And she'll be joining me on the 18th from an onsen somewhere in the countryside. So, but that will be a show at 3 p.m. Japan Standard Time, which means Frederick and I will have to get up quite early. It'll be starting at 7 p.m. in 7 a.m. I should say in European time. You can't go. So you everybody in Shikoku has to stay in Shikoku. I see. So you can't even get off the island, and you can't even travel within the island, presumably. Then, so you're kind of stuck in your hometown. The only people who can move about, presumably, are train drivers and truck drivers. Yes, it's going to have a major economic effect in the next couple of weeks, and there's lots of little airlines that have gone out. It makes you good at cooking. Unfortunately, it doesn't make me good at cooking. It just makes me lazier than I normally am. What did I have last night? I had sausage, mashed potatoes, and beans. Not very healthy, I'm afraid. Oh, yes, I've got to make a cake. It's my son's birthday next week. My eldest son. My youngest son, his birthday has been and gone. But I've got cake mix in. So what I should be doing this weekend is probably baking a birthday cake. If you're watching, Tom, I'll be making a cake this week, and you can help if you're watching. Only one patient. Ah, that's good. Keep it that way. That's the best way. I'm expecting. I mean, obviously, you saw that clip of Tokyo there. It can't endure. There will suddenly be a spike of patients. You're losing weight. I need to lose my pot belly again. I was losing it, and then I put it back on. What about a cooking video? Well, I was chatting with my friend in Hambashi, and she was telling me about the way she cooks, and she cooks healthily, and talking about nabe, the ingredients for making nabe. I'll have to go and check the chat message again and see exactly what the ingredients are. I think I can get tofu, and I can get vegetables. I think I can even get Japanese noodles. And I've got some miso, so I could probably do that. Mikey Chen, you'll watch a cooking a cake video. I might have to try that. Thank you, Tomo. I shall mention that. Happy birthday to him. I think it's the 25th. It's easy to remember. My best friend's birthday is on the 24th. Moment of silence. Well, I tried to think of something to say. Yes, I should have. I mean, I had planned, obviously, for a show with guests. So in the time between realizing that was not going to happen and the time of producing the show, I didn't really think of much what I could do alternatively. But I generally do this show just to interact with the audience. So keep typing. Yes, I shall say hello to Bernie. Are you not going to be there? You can say hello yourself. This could be a shortened version of Simon NoChaNoMa. I've got 10 minutes to go. Yuka. You're still watching, Yuka. Okay. No problem. Circumstances have pulled the rug from under us, really. Yes, once things get back to normal, which could be April, May, or something like that, we will definitely with Xiaomi and Martina, I'll contact you guys, and we'll have a great show. Hello, Daniel. Are you able to go out in the bushes? Tomo was saying that everybody in Shikoku is restricted. What about Kyushu? Are you able to go over Shimonoseki Bridge, or are they stopping everybody? Are you from Kyushu? Stay there. Or are you stuck at home, self-isolating with a wife and kids? When I self-isolate, Question mark. You can join for a couple of minutes. Hang on. All right, then. Let me just pop Facebook up. Pop. Okay. And D for Daniel. Daniel O'Grady. Oh, can you join? That was an old message. Oh, hang on. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, no. Right. Yeah, hang on. Let's go back here. I click this. I've got to click some things before you can join, you know. Invite. Is that you clicking me? Pinging me? Copy. Daniel messaged me. Landscape or portrait? Whichever makes him look more flattering. Or is more flattering. There you go. There's a link. It's in your phone now. Okay. See you in a minute. As long as it's not 360, we're in the bushes. That could be quite embarrassing. Live from Kyushu. Any minute now. We'll just twiddle our thumbs while Daniel puts his makeup on. Landscape or portrait? Landscape. There we go. Let's see whether he heard that. So this could be from. I mean, on mobile. So usually he's on his PC. So he's either out and about, or he's. Are you there? Is it working? Can you hear me, Mother? This is taking a long time. He's obviously sort of having to sort of comb his hair or something. Hasn't got any hair. Well, there we go. Add to the stream. Okay, I'll do that, and then I'll add you to the stream. There we go. See, hey. I told you he's not got any hair.
How's it? Wait, I got to mute some stuff. How's it going? Hello. 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 What up?
Not a word. Just a face and a beard. Hang on.
Huh?
Go to your settings. Go and activate your mic. Unmute. Probably if in StreamYard.
Oh man, I'm really confused. Wait a second.
Still not hearing anything.
Yeah.
Plug it out and plug it in again.
No good, yeah?
Well, that didn't work very well, did it? Nope. Say something, Daniel. Can you hear me? Am I booming loud in your ears?
What?
No.
Oh my God, you can't hear me. You cannot hear me. This is lame.
I'm stuck. I'm doing Daniel's voice. He's got a bye-bye. All right. Oh, well. Trying anyway. You can hear both of me. I can't hear him. That's odd. Oh, hang on. It was my fault, ladies and gentlemen. He's back in again. Hello, I can hear you now. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Simon, you're an idiot.
Yes,
Uh,
I'm an idiot.
that was hilarious, man. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, can I just say you're nailing it? You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Let me just close that door.
Technical difficulties. We are live from Kyushu with sound. What I can hear right now, because I turn this knob on my dial on my thing.
Well, you're the knob, buddy.
I'm a knob.
No.
I didn't turn my knob. Thank you, Yuka-san. Yuka-san pointed it out to me. Thank you, Yuka.
Yeah, and see, I was tripping because I could hear me speak on my PC, watching you. So then I thought, what? Because anyway, so yeah, you had some questions.
The questions are: yes, are you sort of in lockdown with your wife and kids, or are you able to get out of the house and sort of be an adult male free of wife and kids?
Well, my wife is working and my kids are here. So Saturday, my wife went to work, and of course all week. But I mean, I'm loving it. I'm making my videos. I'm sitting at home. It's perfect. The kids, they're on their bloody PlayStations and stuff, and you know, I drop by every now and then. Hey, you hungry? Like, what do you want? Throw some food at them, and then that's, you know, it's sweet.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be like that this afternoon. Well, I'm actually happy that, I mean, you know, my youngest son will bring his PlayStation, which I get to go on after he's finished.
Excellent.
So I mean, like I said at the start of the video of the show, it says welcome to my world, everybody who is suffering from coronavirus. Welcome to my world.
Sorry, I did miss the beginning though. So what's happening? What was planned today?
What was planned was in the comments you'll see my friend Yuka, who's part of it. I
saw you interact with her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's part of the shamisen trio Mitsune, and they were from Berlin, and they were supposed to be the guests today, but obviously with the lockdown in Berlin, each of them has been told by the government, or not personally, but I mean the government
not to join Simon NoChaNoMa.
Yes,
NoChaNoMa.
But yes, they have to stay indoors in their own homes, and which kind of like makes it slightly difficult to come together as a shamisen trio and appear on my show. So, but they will be doing that in the future. They've been on before, but they were so good, I invited them back.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, well, Yuka, is it? Yuka.
Yuka, yeah.
It's funny because when I see words that are not Japanese, but when I see, I sound it out like a Japanese word, like yo. So my brain is like being rewired. I've been living here too long. You know what I mean?
Well, I could have been pronouncing it entirely wrong. Yuka, if you're there, please type your name phonetically that we pronounce it correctly. I mean, I'm just assuming that I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I don't know
phonetically because Simon can't handle sound apparently. That was pretty funny. It is Yuka. Spell it weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yuka, nice to meet you. I'm Daniel. It's weird saying that to someone in the internet. I don't know.
Anyway. The question from Frederick: does your wife like your beard? Just random question.
Yeah, they sort of my kids, and they just comment like, "Oh, hige sugoi," like you've got this thing, and yeah, I don't know. But I'm more shocked at this.
Oh, like you got
massive
zit
early. Yeah.
It's combini snacks. You should stop doing that.
I do have probably my sweet lattes.
That would do it.
I wouldn't mind having one now.
Yeah, I'm 54 and I get pimples as well. I mean, so, yes.
Yeah.
That's I mean, just not healthy eating, basically. Yeah.
Oh. Bareta. Barechatta. Ah, it's funny. My Japanese comes into my head every now and then. Yeah, cool. Okay, so are you literally like, was 1 hour your time limit? You're out of here?
No, I can go on sort of until people sort of, God, when's he going to shut up?
I mean, I have no desire to join any longer, but I'm just asking.
Right, thanks. No, I mean, sort of. My sons have been told by their mother that they must cycle to my place now to get a bit, so that they're not permanently on their phones and PlayStations, and get a bit of fresh air. So I don't have to go and pick them up, so that they can come here. So I'm free to go on as long as I like, really.
Oh, okay. Well, just some questions where you are. Are people like panic buying at all?
Well, I was kind of, but not to the degree you see in Australia or in America. Here, I mean, I went to the supermarket midweek last week, and yes, the toilet paper had practically all gone. I thought, this was like just a rumor started,
wiped out.
and people believe it. And thought, God,
It's I've seen that phenomena. Is it what's a singular or is phenomenon? Huh? Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Was that a goodie skit or something? Maybe? It was at a bank actually, Saga Bank in Kyushu. There was just this rumor, like, oh, the bank is collapsing, and then everyone, like people by the dozens, running into the ATM and withdrawing like their life savings, and it was like just nothing at the end of it. There was no panic on, but everyone took their money out. But it's like this mentality that, like, I don't know. That's what I think it's like.
Right. I think what we should do is like secretly, everybody secretly, the aliens have landed, and they're taking over. Just start that and see what happens.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if I could convince anyone of that, but yeah. Okay, cool. So here, I mean, I'm not noticing anything really. As I said, I'm stuck inside and loving it all day. So, but at the store when I did go to the DVD shop, there's plenty of stock. There's nothing running out. Everyone's normal, and I think the Japanese are just pretty cool-headed about it, And apparently, the number of cases is not high.
Well, yeah, Tomo was saying in Shikoku they've only got one coronavirus patient. So,
well, I mean, with a bit of effort, they could get that number right up, I'm sure.
Yes, everybody go and visit. No, but here it's I mean, I'm just waiting to hear, like I was saying earlier, that whether I have to go back into work on Monday. Hopefully not.
That's great. Yeah.
I mean, and then I could like maybe sort of be asked to go out and make videos. Then,
Yeah.
Once you've been at work all day, you don't really fancy it,
No, well, that's absolutely right. And I should be at work, to be honest. And okay, wait a sec. I teach English in Japan. There are no lessons, so I have to stay home. But my company still gives us work assignments, like write lesson plans, and like basically to kill time. And then we got to log on and log off at set times during the day. So we are obligated to do many, many things. But I can't pretend. So I said, can I take paid leave? And I'm pretty much using all of it for this week, and then a couple of days next week, and then I'm actually really on holidays. But yeah, I'd rather just be free and make my videos. And
well, you've got one customer now in the audience. Tomo from Shikoku says, "Teach you
I'm not looking.
Teach you English. Teach her English."
Ego wakarimasen. Sorry, that was 発音がちょっとすみませんね。ちょっとバカにしてないけど。I forgot where. Now I've lost the link. Oh my god. I've lost the link on my PC, man. I can't. I've lost the chat.
There we are. I'll put it on screen. There we go. There's Tomo.
Hey, Tomo. Hello. So, where in Shikoku do you live? Like, I visited Ehime. I visited Kagawa, Kochi. Where are you? I really like Shikoku. It's a beautiful place.
Oh.
So could you channel her, Simon?
Channeling. I'm now going to channel. I'm going to channel Tomo. No. Yes. If you hang on, I'll go into private chat here and hang on. Can I give him?
Crazy. I'm madly clicking away trying to get this. Sorry. Yeah.
Tomo, can I give? Can I send Daniel your Facebook profile?
Oh, I mean, Kagawa. I sorry, Kagawa. Oh, okay. Nihongo wakarimasen. So, yeah. So I went to Takamatsu and a place called Marugame. Yeah. I like Japanese castles, so that's why I visited. And when I went to Takamatsu, there was like a chrysanthemum festival. It's really quite big. They have like 3 chrysanthemums. Yeah, very, very beautiful.
I think my first visit to Japan, I went to visit the Mully from Warmoth Strat Channel.
Oh,
and, yeah, and
in
Shizuoka. That's right. Yeah, and he and Mrs. Mully took me around, obviously showing me places, and we went to one place that he said such and such. I can't remember the name of the castle. Such and such a castle. There's only one tower left of this castle. It wasn't really
Hamamatsu, probably Hamamatsu.
And but there was a chrysanthemum festival going on there as well, and it was quite nice. That some people had made like displays of the sort of chrysanthemums in the shape of Japan, kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a castle nerd, so I want to know. But was the castle black by any chance?
No, it's just one tower. I can't remember the.
But I mean, how many in the color are different things, mate? So was it black?
It wasn't black. No, it was not black. It was like just
white.
No, it was one tower. It was wooden, and it was it was a corner tower that was all that was left of this. And sorry.
Okay. No, that's cool. I mean, I'm disappointed with the lack of information, but no, I mean, I've just got that nerdy streak. So okay, fair enough. It's not Hamamatsu.
No,
it could be Kakegawa. It could be.
I shall message you later with the details. There we
go. Thank you. But I mean, be able to redeem yourself.
Hang on, who's this? I'm getting lined here. I don't often get lined.
Yeah, I got lined just before. Probably the same person nagging. Oh, Sumpu Castle, kana Sumpu.
Ah, no, it's my singer friend from Hong Kong, but she lives in Japan.
Okay. Well, she wasn't messaging me.
Oh no.
Sumpu Castle, maybe. I don't know, but yeah. Kakegawa Hamamatsu. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, and so you mentioned crossing over Kanmon Bridge.
Shimonoseki, Kanmon Bridge is Shimonoseki, yeah.
I was there just the other week, actually, but I went to Hiroshima. From my house to Hiroshima, it took 8-hour drive.
8 hours? Why?
So, I mean,
why?
Because I never take the freeway. Contrary to what is stated, it's not free. And it just took a long time. Average like 30-40 k's an hour. It's ridiculous with traffic,
Yeah, lots of rest stations.
Yeah, I saw one. I stopped at one. Anyway, yeah, cool. Okay, I'll leave it there, eh?
So I mean, Hiroshima City, or just the prefecture.
Oh no, I went to Hiroshima. Where did I go? I went to a place called north of Hiroshima City. It's just I'm blanking on what it was. It was some country town. I went there to see a car. Essentially, that's all. An Australian car, which no one cares. But it's like so rare. It's like unicorn sort of thing. So I had to go.
You had to go.
I got word of it like at about 11 o'clock, and then by 3 or 4 o'clock, I set out, slept in my car overnight, and
God, dedication, bloody hell.
Well, yeah, I mean it beats, something, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm tired. It's past my bedtime, so I'm.
Right. Okay, that's all right.
We'll blame it on that.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, man. Well, I just want to pop in and say good day, and
Yeah, it's really good
I
to
don't
see you
know.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay, man.
thank you for joining. And
Yeah, that's okay.
I apologise for me being utterly stupid and not turning this knob.
Oh no, yeah, you're all right. And I always want to try and watch your show, but literally, and as you know, Saturday night is the night that I try to push out a video and then promote it to socials and then respond to everyone's comments. So the timing is a bit unfortunate, but I made a video previously, like yesterday, so that's why I'm here. So anyway, awesome stuff, and I'll catch you
Okay.
next time, eh?
Thanks, Daniel.
Yep, take it easy. Goodbye, everyone.
All right.
See ya.
Well, that was interesting. That was good. I hope you enjoyed that. I did, certainly. Unexpected, and again, apologies for me not turning the knob on my interface here. That would have allowed me to listen to Daniel when he joined. But I'm just looking at the time. We've gone over time slightly. Perhaps I should edit this down into me and Daniel. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for joining. I'm just going to message my friend in Denan Chofu and hopefully find out how things are going with her. But next week on the show, it's a mystery again, as I say, depending on the situation with the Japanese garden. Because I would have been tempted to do another live stream from there and drag my son along so I could see anybody's comments. That it may not happen, actually, due to the current situation. So everybody stay safe, stay indoors, keep yourself entertained and fed, avoid unnecessary contact with others, and we should all come through this and out the other side, hopefully, in the not-too-distant future. So, thank you again for joining, and I will see you next week. Bye, Tomo. Bye, Frederick. Bye, Yuka. Anybody that's still watching. I see there's only 2 people left. One of them could be me. I don't know. Ellen, if you're still there, goodbye. See you next week. Bye, everybody.